What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today's video and topic, we're going to talk about supports. It's going to be a little in-depth guide on supports. We're going to talk about their action skill and their passive skills, and we're going to go through all three really quickly. And I just want to give my opinion on one of the characters in the game, Pablo. He's going to be like the last one I talk about, but hopefully this gives people a little more in-depth guide when it comes to supports and help their team out more effectively. So this is probably like my third time talking about it. If you haven't seen any of my videos, I've made a couple videos so far, and this is my third time talking about the support class. Well, they're passive. So support class survivors start with a shimp cola and an amulet, and can carry more shimps and amulets. If shimps or amulets are used, survivors in your aura also gain the positive effects. So, meaning using a shimp cola or an amulet gives your teammates the positive effects that you give yourself. It's not the full effect, but it gives them the exact same effect as you. So I can test this out really quickly, and that's going to get into the whole process of what I'm about to talk about in just a minute. So we're going to go to Survivor, and we're going to go play solo. This is just a AI match where we're going to run around as one of the supports. We're not going to pick Pablo. We're going to pick Ash or Cheryl. Just pick Ash Williams.
The original.
Since we're going to start off with Ash Williams as the first support. So we're going to do this really quick and move on to the next part of our topic. So
this is Professor Nobi.
Using a shimp, I mean not a shimp, but yeah, even a shimp or amulet, you're going to give the effects to your teammates as well. If we look at Kelly Maxwell and we use a amulet, boom. Now I have shield, and I gave Kelly a partial shield. It's like 60 to 70%. Don't know the exact total, but all supports can do this. And not just Cheryl gives heals. All support gives heals. So if everybody was damaged or somebody was damaged, if I walked within this radius, about this range of a teammate, they're gonna get my item as well as an effect. So just to get that out the way, shields, heals, whatever we use as a support. If you're a support player, a support main, if you're just picking up support, want to play a support, those are some things to note that's like not really talked about. One big survivor tip that most people, I mean some people know, but I know the game is new, so people are still figuring out. Use a flashlight when you're indoors and around campfires and around trash cans and bins, because your flashlight will essentially locate a hidden item. Not all the time, but there are possible hidden items within houses, trash cans, trash bags, around campfires. You can find hidden items like just flashing your flashlight. Sometimes it's weapons, sometimes it's amulets, sometimes it's hidden items. It's all random, so you never know what to expect. So a lot of times when you're looting, just have your flashlight on when you're just running around. It helps out. But once you get into combat, turn it off so you won't just burn through your battery. Back to the collection. So to talk about Ash Williams. Ash Williams is not a bad character. None of the Ashes are. All 4 Ash Williams are insanely good. You can run a full team of Ash and do what you need to do, because all of them are really good. And honestly, as a team, they all work well together, which is ridiculous. So we're going to talk about his 4 abilities, his ability and his 3 passives, and just talk about him for a little bit. So reassuring presence. When activated, this ability reduces fear levels for you and your nearby teammates. So he reduces your fear by 50 and a cooldown of 60 seconds. So every minute, Ash Williams can effectively reduce your fear, his fear, but you have to be around him. All supports, you do have to be within their radius of even other characters as well. You have to be within their radius. They have like a aura effect, which for supports, their aura effect is small compared to leader effects. So whenever you're using support, you have to be super close to your teammates because your aura effect is really small. Alternative healing. Successful heavy melee attacks partially restore health for you and nearby teammates. So this pairs well with hunters. I mean, not hunters, but warriors and Arthur. Even though he is a leader, he's essentially a warrior as well. But yeah, when you use this a heavy attack, you're restoring your health and the health of nearby teammates, which is really good. Again, your aura effect is small, so this works really well with a lot of warriors, or at least one other warrior, or maybe two warriors or something of that nature. And it is a passive effect, so you don't have to choose between any of these. This is your action, and these three are your passives. They're going to happen regardless. Mark target damage. Headshots will mark a target. Follow-up shot from a teammate will deal additional damage. So if you do a headshot on the team, I mean not on a teammate, but if you do a headshot on an enemy, essentially everybody who hits that target will get additional damage done, even if it's not a headshot. So if you do a headshot and they do all body shots, their body shots are increased damage. They do a headshot, the headshot is increased damage. Melee attacks, whatever they want to use, it's an additional damage by an extra 30%, which is insane. Mark target healing. Now, not only do you get the additional damage, you also get healing. So they're doing additional damage and they're doing additional healing by 30%. So essentially they're healing a lot, because 30% of bonus damage, it's not like a super lot, but I mean, now ranged characters can get the heal from Ash as well, not just melee from this version. Now Ash can essentially, if he has a team of hunters, he can mark a target and everybody can heal from a distance. He has a team of warriors, get up in their face, and again, he doesn't expend anything. This is all passive stuff. So Ash Williams is by far one of the best supports in this game. This is my opinion. After all, it's not like the know-all, be-all. This is my opinion, but he is a really good support and effectively gives out a lot of healing, fear reduction, everything a team needs to be successful and effective in this game. And pair that with the skill tree. Now all three of the classic skill trees are the same, so all of these skills are on Cheryl Williams and Pablo as well. Pair that with just any of these skills. If you want to go extra damage for yourself, you can go extra damage. If you want to go fear reduction, arcane knowledge to help you find items, like you can go whatever you want on this character and still be effective, because he has everything in his kit that support needs. Healing, fear reduction, he has the works already. Extra damage. So again, Ash Williams is really good, and just pair that with any of the skills in the skill tree. You can go any route you want and he can still be effective. So this is gonna do it for Ash Williams. Again, solid support. A 9 out of 10 in my opinion. He's really good. Cheryl Williams is the second support we have here. If we go to Cheryl Williams, we're going to talk about her healing touch. She gives 80 health for 6 seconds on a 90-second cooldown. So you activate this ability to create a healing zone for you and your teammates. So essentially she puts the book down and it's like a healing aura that gives your teammates 80 health a second, which is a lot. And if you think about it, if you put it down, everybody's together and you put it down, everybody's gonna get 80 times 6. I'm not trying to do the math in my head right now. I mean, yeah, we're not gonna do the math, but that's a lot of health just for a action skill on a 1.5-minute cooldown. Really good. So now we get into her first passive, carry more shrimp colas at the start of the match, and she carries an extra one in her inventory. So essentially you can hold an extra shrimp cola, and you start off with an extra one at the beginning of the match if you are right off the bat, because you get your first passive just by being level 1. So this is really good in my opinion, because again, if you don't have your healing touch, then you can also just use a Shimp Cola near somebody and give them the effects as well. Again, it's the same radius as the book as well, so just pop a can or two and it's the exact same thing. And again, with this, they don't have to stay within the area. Once they can see the health goes up, they can run away. They don't have to stay within the field to get the full effect. Contact Courage. Drinking Shimp Cola partially reduces your fear and the fear of nearby teammates. So not only are you healing them with the Shimp Cola, now you're reducing their fear. And it's 25 fear reduction, which is really good. It's about half of what Ash does just on his action skill, but you do have to expend a Shimp Cola just to reduce fear. So a lot of times if you're around, if you don't see a campfire or you don't have any more matches, just pop a Shimp Cola. You're going to reduce your fear and the fear of nearby teammates. And heal on top of that. So, I mean, effectively later on in the game, you won't really need to go to campfires as much unless you just really need to. And our final passive contact healing, when you drink a Shimp Cola, nearby teammates will also gain health. So this is an extra 100 health on top of what the Shimp Cola will do. So this effectively can turn a almost dead teammate to a full health teammate in a matter of a second without actually having to use your healing aura. So you can run, if you see somebody getting attacked by the boss, you could run over, pop a Shimp Cola, and it's way faster than trying to throw your book down and have them get beat up in the area. So it's really good. She reduces fear. She doesn't get the extra damage like Ash does, but she reduces fear, gives extra health, so she compensates for the damage with extra health. And you pair that with other things in the inventory like deep pockets, you hold more Shimp Colas. Then you start off with packing pop. You get extra Shimp Cola at the beginning of a match, just in case the demon finds you at the beginning of the match, which is really rare if they really find you that early on. If you need to hold extra matches, things for reviving teammates when they go down, she has the works too in her kit. Like in her kit, she doesn't have to expend so many resources on other things to make her a good support. She has it built in her kit. So with that being said, we're finally going to talk about the last support here, and we're going to talk about Pablo. And by far why he's the worst support, even the worst character in the game. He's still my favorite character and my main, and I will continue to play him. But they did Pablo the dirtiest out of all the characters in this game, in my opinion. His kit is all over the place. There's nothing that really synergizes too well. This is my skill tree changes. Again, he's the only character I actually play. Even though other characters are being doubled up, I only play Pablo, and we're going to talk about his kit because it's, like, again, it's all over the place. So, gift from El Brujo Especial. I think I pronounced it correctly. Activate the skill to begin creating an amulet and then drop it to the ground on completion. So this is effectively every 2 minutes versus Ash Williams, who does his every minute, and Cheryl, who does hers every minute and a half. And again, those both are really... They are better in my opinion because you don't have to use any resources really, and they're on quick cooldowns. Very quick cooldowns to just constantly throw out versus Pablo, where you have to wait 2 minutes for an amulet that you can that only one person can hold. I mean, again, popping the amulet near somebody gives them effect, but Cheryl Williams and Ash can do that as well. So this doesn't really make him really that effective, because in team fights, only popping one or getting one amulet out, and then you still have to pick it up off the ground, it just seems a little too much for support to do just to try to heal somebody that's running away from you. I mean, with Cheryl or Ash, if you miss, it's not really, the end of the world, because you have so much of your kit. If you miss your ability, then you can pop a Shimp or amulet, the same thing that this character does as well. So next, Infernal Camouflage. Now I do think this is a really good ability, and it should help expand either this or the shielding a little more. Now, basically, demons are no longer able to detect you using demon vision, which makes him a little bit camouflaged when it comes into team fights and everything. Pablo is like the least likely to get attacked when it comes to fights. I mean, you're still gonna get attacked regardless, but you're least likely to get attacked, which helps you get revives off quicker. If you look at the other supports, you run over Cheryl, you run over Ash, somebody knows what you're gonna do, they're just gonna stop you. But Pablo, nobody's really looking for Pablo all too well, so you're able to get more heals off or revives off than any other character, which is a good thing. But again, his kit is all over the place. Legacy of El Brujo, begin a match with an extra amulet. Nothing too fancy. Like Cheryl does, she gets the extra Shimkola, he just gets an extra amulet. Shamanic protection, your shield bar gradually recover over time until you have at least one full bar, meaning you get one bar of shield. If you have no shield at all, after 5 seconds or like 7 seconds of not being damaged, you get one bar to yourself. Again, that is very selfish. If they were gonna do this, they should have just gave it an aura thing where everybody at least gets one shield for being near Pablo without having him expend his amulet that's on a 2-minute cooldown. It's again, he's my favorite character, but his kit is just the most selfish out of all the supports. It's basically Pablo needs to be alone. I mean, it's a team game, but Pablo's playing his own game. This is not Ash Williams, the Evil Dead game where you're playing Pablo. You're playing Pablo the game. I mean, it's better to be alone because you can use your camouflage to just stay away from the demon. You know, loot more. Be a effective loot buy. Go find items and come back for your team. That's all you really can do. You don't really have a built-in supporting. I don't know. This character he throws me for a loop. And like again, his kit is all over the place. It's just very selfish for support to do the things that Pablo does. And I really do think they should focus on one aspect in his kit. Again, when it comes to Ash, even though his kit is kind of like a little bit over the place too, but it just synergizes well with other characters, meaning he helps his team out. No matter what he's doing or no matter what situation he's in, he can effectively help out anybody. Just by being near them, reduces their fear. Just by being near warriors, we're all gonna heal. Mark a target from a distance. Now all hunters are doing extra damage and doing healing. I mean, he has the built-in works. Same thing with Cheryl Williams. She doesn't have the extra damage, but on top of that, she heals a lot more than the other characters do as well. So if Pablo's whole gimmick was going to be shielding, focus on shielding, focus on giving his teammates shield, because his whole gimmick is done just about the same of all other characters. Even if you didn't want to go the shielding route, focus on the camouflage route. Make him effectively a character who can sneak in, sneak out type thing. So hopefully we do get, I mean, I'm hoping there is some type of change to Pablo. Again, I'm not going to stop playing him just because he's worthless, but it's just something to note that unless you just like the cosmetic being Pablo, there's nothing special about the character. So that's gonna do it for the support guide. It's just a little guide to help you guys out when it comes to helping your team out, give more shields, heals, you know, things that people don't really talk about when it comes to sports. I know the game is new, people still figuring things out, but I just want to talk about that really quickly. Probably wasn't a quick video because I want to cry for Pablo so bad. He's just like, you ever watch Adventure Time and You got Finn and Jake, and then you have BMO, the three of the group. But you really don't talk about BMO like that because essentially you know he's there, but he's not really there. That's Pablo. He's there, but he's not really. He's there, but he's not there. So that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you thank you for guys so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, dislike, whatever you want to do. I can't make you press whatever button you want to press or type whatever you want to type. But that's gonna be it for the video. As always, stay safe out there. Enjoy the rest of your guys' day. Because I am, it's hot and I'm burning up. I think I need to end this video now. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. Yeah, so it's time to end this video. But as always, enjoy the rest of your guys' day. Peace.